If work or money is holding you back from traveling the world, it doesn't have to be. Nowadays, there are tons of ways to make money while traveling abroad, whether you're an expert in your field or you have no experience. After meeting hundreds, maybe even thousands of full-time travelers, I'll share some of the most popular travel jobs with you. But more importantly, I'll show you how to narrow down your options super fast to choose which one is right for you. To do that, you need to understand what I call the travel job freedom, stability, income scale. And I know I should think of a better name for that, but let's go. Alrighty, let's tackle this from the hardest to start to the easiest to start, and stick to the end for my ultimate tip on how to create a location-independent lifestyle. The first category of travel jobs is to become an entrepreneur. This gives you the max freedom and the max income potential, but it's also the riskiest and the longest to start. That said, most people assume that in order to be able to travel that you have to start an online business, but that isn't always necessarily true. There are some really awesome offline businesses you can do while traveling, and I'll talk about some of those in a second. But some online business ideas you could do while traveling would be some things like e-commerce business, blogs or podcasts or YouTube channels, or starting an agency or drop servicing business, creating some sort of software. There's a bunch of different options. Speaking of YouTube, I'm making another video that breaks down exactly how we built our YouTube channel using just our cell phones. And so if you're interested in that one, make sure to subscribe. Now, an advantage to a lot of these online business models is they're scalable, meaning there really is no income cap. Most of them also involve some passive income streams, and so that means your bank account can keep growing while you're riding camels in the Sahara or quadding around Easter Island. The downside is none of these are things that you can start overnight. They take front-loaded time, effort, and patience, so it might not be the best idea if you're itching to get out on the road ASAP. Now, if the idea of slumping behind a laptop all day doesn't appeal to you, you could also start some sort of offline business that lets you travel. I recently attended Nomad Fest, a digital nomad conference in Bulgaria. You can watch my video about that here. And I met a ton of different cool digital nomads who run tour companies, or they organize co-livings in different cool locations around the world, or they set up travel conferences around the world, and so there are some in-person options as well. Travel job category number 2 is to become a freelancer, and this is kind of the Goldilocks of travel jobs. Out of the 3 different options, it falls right in the middle in terms of flexibility, income potential, and time to start. You can work from wherever you want, and you have way more control over your schedule compared to a normal job. That said, you still have clients to answer to at the end of the day, and that means you'll still have to manage deadlines and check in from time to time. The upside is it's way faster to get off the ground than going with the entrepreneurship route. Choose a skill, find clients, and get paid. And if you become an expert in a lucrative skill, you could actually earn way more than you do in your day job. This is because the faster and more efficient you learn how to work, the more you get paid per hour. There are tons of good freelancing services you can offer, and I made an entire video on the best freelance gigs for beginners you can watch here, but I'll just give you one example that I have personal experience with. When I first started freelance writing, I charged just 3 cents per word, and all my projects took forever to do. But after building up my portfolio for the past couple years, I've been able to 10x my rates, and I just crank through my work super fast now. I even created a free course that'll teach you how to earn your first $1,000 freelance writing, and so if that sounds interesting to you, you can go ahead and pick that up in the description. Now, that said, boosting your rates by being more efficient is actually a blessing and a curse. That's because your work time instantly becomes way more intense. Constantly racing the clock to boost your hourly rate can be exhausting compared to a normal job where you just go in and clock in and work at a leisurely pace. The other downside to freelancing as a travel job is it involves much more than simply the skill you're offering. You're technically considered self-employed, which means that you also have to handle all of the administration work. This was an unpleasant surprise for me, especially having to learn things like accounting and bookkeeping and taxes and all those sorts of things. Once you've built up your freelance business a bit and have more money rolling in, you can hire people to take care of this for you, but when you're just getting off the ground, you have to wear a lot of hats. That's where sites like Skillshare, who is the sponsor of this video, can come in to save the day. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for anyone who wants to learn new skills. This includes tons of classes that teach how to do these confusing freelancing skills. For example, the Bookkeeping for Freelancers class by Emily Simcox is a class I so wish I had when I first started. It covers a ton of important topics like what is considered a business expense, what types of accounts to open up for your business, how to do your bookkeeping for free, and also software resources that you can use to save a tons of time. If you start a freelancing business, or any type of business for that matter, and you make assumptions about these sorts of things, you're in for some major headaches down the road if these assumptions turn out to be incorrect. And I have been there and done that. And that's just one of the classes for freelancers on Skillshare. They literally have hundreds of different classes for freelancers covering things from how to negotiate your rates to how to find clients on LinkedIn. The best part is you can take these classes for free. The first 1,000 people to join using the link down in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, which is plenty of time to learn all the freelancing skills that you need to learn. But enough about freelancing, now on to the third category of travel jobs, and that is a remote job. Finding a job with a remote friendly company is probably the fastest way to start making money traveling ASAP. But there are some super important things to know about working remotely while traveling, and since I don't have any personal experience with a remote job, I recruited one of my good friends, Diego, and he's gonna give us some insider tips. His job not only allows him to travel wherever he wants, but sometimes the company actually pays him to travel. In a nutshell, his company organizes conferences and events around the world for travel tour operators, and Diego helps organize these conferences, and then he helps put them on wherever they're located in the world. All right, let's go chat with Diego, and then I'll share my ultimate plan for how to make money while traveling. Let's go. So what would you say is the pros and the cons to traveling around the world while working for a remote company?
So for pros, I would say the stability. Unlike entrepreneurs, freelancers, I don't need to be looking for clients every month, like new projects. I know that I'm gonna be paid the same every month, so it gives me a little safety to know, to plan my budget, to plan everything that I wanna do. And also I would say it's a 9-to-5 job. At the end of the day, I can turn off my computer, unplug, and enjoy my night or enjoy the weekends.
And what about the cons?
I would say that there's no much flexibility as the other types of nomads. So during the week, I have meetings I need to attend. So even if it's a really beautiful day, it's hard for me to shut down the computer and just go in a hike. I have like a 9-to-5 job.
And I just want to add one more advantage, I think, to this type of work is you don't just have to do your remote job. Like once you finish your hours or whatever, you can start your own project on the side. Like Diego started his own YouTube channel. That's really awesome. He does a bunch of awesome tips and videos and city tours for digital nomads. And so you can check that out, but I'll put the link down below to his channel.
So if you guys want to check this,
check it out.
That's my channel. Thank you.
As you can see, each of these three options has pros and cons. If you want to start traveling right away, the obvious option is to get a remote job despite the flexibility limitations. That said, there is no rule that says that you can only do your remote job while you're traveling. If it were me, I would find a remote job and then I would build freelance clients in my free time. When I had enough freelance clients to support myself, which isn't hard to do in some low cost of living countries, I would shift from my remote job to freelancing for more flexibility. And if I wanted even more flexibility in income, I would start my entrepreneur business on the side as I was freelancing. This is exactly what I did in real life, by the way. Doing it this way, you get the best of all worlds. You get to start traveling as soon as possible, and eventually you shift into your dream job. You don't need to have everything figured out before starting this lifestyle. All you need really is just the first step. It doesn't really make sense to overplan because once you get out on the road, you'll stumble into opportunities that you never would have imagined before you left. Now, if you're still wondering exactly what job you should do, check out this video next for the absolute easiest digital nomad jobs to start. See you later. Bye-bye.